Hey, what's up guys, Flick here, and welcome to the new FIFA 16 career mode with Liverpool. And yes, it was a difficult decision choosing what team to do the next career mode with, but I went with Liverpool because I went back and looked at that video about a month ago where I asked you guys what career mode teams you like to see, and Liverpool were a very popular suggestion. Of course, they're a club with a lot of history, a club that wants to get back in the Champions League, and I think a club that has some room to improve while already having some fantastic players. So I thought they were a perfect fit for the next career mode. And if you guys could go ahead and show your support on this video by leaving a like, I'm going to try to get another video for you guys out tomorrow if the support is there. So make sure you leave a like. And if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any more career mode content. But also, if you're new to the channel, we do things a little bit differently around here. I try to get viewers very involved in the series, and one way that I do that is through press conferences. And press conferences look a little bit like this, and the concept behind the press conferences are actually quite simple. Consider yourself members of the press, and of course myself as the manager of the club. And at the onset of episodes where we have press conferences, I'll be answering questions that relate to this career mode, and they can be rumors, they can be speculations, they can be basically anything you want to talk about with this career mode, something you noticed in the last episode. And it's going to provide for some plot twists, some more interaction between you guys, and a nice way for you to get featured on the channel because I display the comments for the questions that I choose. So now that we have an understanding of what press conferences are, I want you guys to get involved and leave a press conference question for the next video. You can do it right now, pause the video and leave a question down in the comment section below, or you can wait till the end of the video, see what might unfold, and then leave your question based on that. In addition to the press conferences, I pose questions throughout the career mode wherever possible to make sure that the viewers get involved, and that's going to be happening in this episode, so make sure you pay attention and leave some comments down below. We'll now be getting into a few logistics for this career mode, and for this particular save, we're going to be playing on Legendary, seeing how it works out for us. Usually I play on World Class, but I thought we'd give Legendary a go. And now getting into the preseason tournaments, I decided to go with the one with the most potential payout, but we do have some difficult teams to compete against. We have Valencia, Lazio, and Bilbao in our group, and in the other group, there's Villarreal, Milan, Napoli, and Benfica, so some tough teams, but we do have a pretty significant transfer budget to be working with, so hopefully make some transfers to improve this team. And for the objectives, we have to qualify for the Champions Cup in the league, reach the semi-final of the Domestic Cup, and win the EuroLeague, so some tough objectives. Now the starting 11, we have Mignolet, Moreno, Sacco, Skirtle, and Klein in the defense, Henderson, Milner, Coutinho, Roberto Firmino, and Lallana in the midfield, and then Sturridge up top. We do have a pretty good bench as well. We have Lovren, Allen, Chan, Leva, Benteke, Origi, and Ibe. So a squad with a lot of depth and a lot of players that will be getting playtime. But now we'll get into some potential transfers. Marco Reus is the player I've decided to be going after. Of course, the Borussia Dortmund man, he's pretty highly rated, and I think he would fit into this team. I would like a little bit more depth on the left-hand side. Of course, we have Jordan Ibe, but I want to bring in a player that is really talented, and I think Marco Reus is the perfect fit. And we're going to offer $45 million for him, and surprisingly, Dortmund did accept that. I thought we might have to pay up some more than that, but a pretty good deal there. And now we have to get into the contract negotiations. We do give him his demands, 180 grand a week, crucial first team player. See what he has to say about that. But the transfer offer is now coming in for Daniel Sturridge. We will be rejecting this for now. We might sell him later on down the road, but for now I want to keep him in the team. But our first simulated match will be against Lazio, and it was Lallana getting the first goal. Ibe adding to the tally in the 32nd minute, and Sturridge getting a goal as well. So things were really rolling for us, and we managed to get the 4-0 win against Lazio, and Marco Reus declined our first contract offer. In order to deal with this, I decided to up the wages to hopefully persuade Reus to leave Dortmund in favor of Anfield and the Premier League, giving him 200 grand a week as well as that 20% bonus, crucial first team player. And I figured there's no way he's going to decline this. That is a lot of money to be paying for a new transfer. But we're going to move on now to our second simulated match, this one being against Bilbao, and Jordan Ibe actually scoring a lot for us. That's his second consecutive game that he scored, but unfortunately, Suseta managed to make it 1-1, and we do get a late goal through Lallana, but they get a late goal as well, so we end up getting a draw on that one. But some more transfer offers coming in now for Coutinho. There's no way I'm going to be selling him. He's a very promising player. And Lucas Leiva also getting a transfer offer from Watford. Unlucky Watford, but we're going to be keeping him in our team. And now Marco Reus finally accepting our contract offer, which means he's going to be our first signing. And that is just fantastic stuff. I just wanted to add him to the team so badly, and I'm totally open to your guys' suggestions from here on out on other players to be looking at. Whether it's the defense we decide to improve, whether it's our goalkeeper that we decide to improve, I'm going to leave it up to your comments, and I'm really relying on those. So make sure you leave that in the comments section below, and I'll be looking to incorporate that into the next episode. With the addition of Reus, I thought I would change up some of the roles. Since Reus has such incredible free kicks, I thought I would put him on the free kick duties. But getting into our final simulated match in the group stage, we do end up getting the early goal against Valencia through Marco Reus. So in his debut match, he ended up scoring for us. And going now into the second half, Reus gets a second goal to add to his tally. So already making an immediate impact on the game. They get a goal back late, but we end up getting the win. And now into some training. Let me know what you guys think about my training choices. These are all young players, and Liverpool does have a lot of them, so we can rotate them around a bit. If you guys have any players in particular you'd like me to train, you can also leave that in the comments section below, and I'll try to get them in future episodes. And we finally find a 5-star scout from Russia, so we're going to be signing him up, and hopefully finding some good Youth Academy players to add to our future starting 11 in a couple seasons time. It's going to take some time to really get those players up there, but you know, we've got to start somewhere. But now, getting into our next game against Milan, this will be the final match that I simulate. If we do get the win here, then I will be playing the final in the preseason tournament. But we get 2 early goals, and then getting a third goal to add to the tally. They get a goal back late, but we end up getting a 3-1 win. And now I've got some players here on the short list for you guys to think about as some potential transfers. A lot of these players have been linked with Liverpool at some point, so I thought they would be some good potential additions to the team. But now, getting into the final of the European International Cup, we're going to be playing against Napoli. Of course, some good players on that team. They've got Insigne, and I'm not sure if they will be starting their team at full strength, for example, Higuain, but we will see. But now, they managed to beat Bilbao in their previous game 2-1, so they definitely deserve their place in the final. Here's our starting 11. Haven't really made any changes to what I showed you guys earlier, but they are starting Gabbiadini up at the striker position, Callejon there at the right wing, so a very strong starting front three for them. But now we get the first chance in the game. It's going to be Jordan Henderson, goes with that fake shot, trying to get around this legendary defense, lays it off to Daniel Sturridge, and I thought this was 1-0, but Adam Lallana was offside, and it was a close one, guys, only by a hair. And we will see by the replay here. The linesman was correct in his decision, but it was definitely a close call. You can see right here, he was trying to track back, but he just wasn't able to do it in time. But still, here in the first half, Reus getting by the defense and laying it forward. Some good passing here. Milner to Lallana. Lallana trying to do something with it, and that is a poor tackle by Chiriches. And the ref's coming over. It was a slide tackle from behind. I thought it might have been a red card, and it certainly was. So that brings Napoli to a 10-man side going into the second half, so not a good turn of events for them, but a great turn of events for us, because now we can hopefully exploit their defense and get some goals on a player that's missing for them. From the stats, we created the opportunities. They didn't have a single shot on target, so I was feeling good going to the second half, but the second half really consisted of them passing around the back, and this is what Legendary kind of is like. It's a lot of them holding on to possession, and I don't think it was a bad choice by Napoli to do this. They were down a man, so they had to be very careful and be very picky about their opportunities, but still kind of frustrating to play against. I'm not going to lie with you guys, but here, a poor tackle by Insigne. He was on a yellow card already, and that's the second yellow. That brings Napoli down to 9 men. So I'm not sure what they're doing early on. Their manager has to have a word, especially in this preseason. But right away, it's Adam Lallana. They're not going to close him down, so we have a go from way out. That hits the post, though, and they're able to collect it. Man, I couldn't believe it. We tried to make some substitutions here, bringing on some fresh legs. I was hoping that would liven up the team, but no, we go into the end of regulation, 0-0, and we're going to go right into penalties and make some changes, swapping things around a little bit, making sure that the players with the best penalties are towards the top. I also factored in the finishing as well. And Marco Reus with the first kick is going to bury it off to the right. Now this is a great opportunity for us to go up early, and they actually hit the post. Mignolet didn't even go in the right direction, but they hit the post right there. Christian Benteke is going to bury it off to the right as well. Next player up is going to be El Kaduri. He chips it down the middle. Cheeky stuff. And now the next player. Can Divock put it away? Yes, he can. He puts it off to the left this time, mixing things up. Now Callejon is going to bury it off to the left. A nice penalty right there. Adam Lallana nearly scoring the match. He's going to score on the penalty as well. So it comes down to this. If we can make a save, it's going to wrap things up, and we're going to get the peak amount of money from this tournament. Mignolet was getting hyped. This is a big chance for him to just place himself in the starting 11. He's got some critics, and Maggio goes right down the middle. Mignolet guessed it, and we end up getting the win, guys. So that is a great start to the career mode. We get a win in our first match that we actually play, regardless if it was on penalties, but still a good start nonetheless. But guys, that's going to wrap up the first episode. I asked quite a few questions. Make sure you leave your transfer suggestions down in the comments section below, and I will be getting into some more transfers in the next episode. But if you guys have enjoyed this first episode of the Liverpool career mode, make sure to leave a like down below. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. And until next time, this has been Flake. I'll be talking to you again soon.